What is going on, guys? It's Noah here with Custom RC Mods. Welcome back to a new video. In today's episode, as you can see, we've got the FT Explorer right here on the bench, and we are going to be doing the Sport Wing upgrade that adds ailerons and flaperons and a lot of other accessories to this plane, and will just make it more controllable in general. So yeah, if you guys are a beginner and you're looking for a first plane, I definitely recommend the 3-channel version that you can see right here with this simple polyhedral wing that's also found on the Simple Store as well. But I really like how this plane flies with the 3-channel wing. And if you'd like to see the Maiden flight, I did post that video as well on my channel. So links to both the initial build and the Maiden video will be down in the description below. Go ahead and check those out. But I went ahead and printed out my plans. This is the sheets 26 to 33 of the FT Explorer plans, and it's pretty straightforward, basic wing build right here. It's not going to be much different than the original wing, except for I am adding servos. These are the Muse SG90 9-gram servos that are going to be added right into the wing of this plane to control the ailerons. And I also have my black duct tape that's going to go on the wings, as you can see here, as with all the planes that you see in the background. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Pretty self-explanatory process. We're just going to go ahead and do the scratch build technique, lay out this stuff, and I'm going to get some foam. It's going to take 2 sheets because these are obviously very big wings. Anyway, let's go ahead and pop up to the GoPro for the time lapse. Alright guys, so I just finished up the build for the FT Explorer 4-channel wing. This wing turned out really nicely, and I can't wait to get it up in the air. It looks like it's going to perform really well. These ailerons are actually really big, and I can't wait to see how they affect the flight characteristics of this airplane. Anyway, let's just go ahead and jump into my critiques of this build. It took me about an hour and a half total, about an hour getting the wing together. It's a lot to do with one person. You know, you have to hold down a lot of the wing when you're gluing it down, and there's a lot of little intricate things to do. But my first critique of this design is that they only included one wing half in the tiled plans for this plane. That means that you have to take your plan that you just cut out and totally destroyed with the score cuts and the cavities and stuff, tape it all back together, flip it over, and use the opposite side to template out the other side of the wing in the foam. So it's not really that big of a deal. It's just something that, as a scratch builder, I'd like to have a more consistent, easier process, and I'm willing to print out another 8 sheets of paper if I could just use that to separately cut out the other wing. Not that big of a deal overall, just added a little bit of time, and I wasn't quite sure that they were going to actually turn out the same. It's not really that big of a deal. But my next critique comes from where the servos are placed. They're kind of placed far out on the wings, where if they moved them in a little bit, I wouldn't have to use a servo extension to get into the receiver. It's actually really close. I have the leads hanging out just by like 2 or 3 inches, but it's not long enough to get to my receiver on the main deck inside the fuselage. Therefore, I had to go ahead and use some servo extensions. Not a big deal overall, like I said. It's just one of those little things that could have been improved very easily by moving the servo placement in a little bit, and it would have been totally fine. Anyway, that's pretty much it for my critiques. Everything else was really smooth. You can see that this tape job looks really nice on here. But another thing that I was just mentioning about durability, I think if you're a beginner that will be flying this wing for the first time, learning 4-channel flight, and might be going into the ground at like a sideways angle, kind of like what you do when you're learning aileron flight, you might be digging your wingtip into the ground right here. So I'd suggest going ahead and taking a small bead of glue and covering up the paper in the foam right here, and then scraping it away, just making sure that the paper will not delaminate on you, because I feel like that could be a problem with this wing. You can kind of see even on this wing right here that doesn't have that aggressive of an issue right there. It's still kind of delaminating and falling apart apart. So definitely go ahead and take the sides of your wings, and it will help you a little bit better. Or you can just take some duct tape right over them if you do wish. Anyway, let's go ahead and do a little control surface testing here. I'm running dual ailerons and flaperons on this thing. You can see that we've got our ailerons right here, and then I've got flap modes right there. I hope you can see that. The flap modes aren't that aggressive. I got into a little bit of a binding problem and things like that. I wanted to go ahead and test this out first before we totally set in stone our flap situation, but I'm going to go ahead and test that in my next flight video, which is going to be coming up very soon. Got a special surprise for you guys coming up in that video, so if that's already filmed, it will be in the link in the description below. You can find it there, but if not, it'll be on my channel shortly. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of me putting together the sport wing for the FT Explorer right here. You can see that I have the 3-channel wing still, and I will use it if I need to teach someone to fly. It actually might find its way onto like a simple store or something in the near future, but I'm not getting rid of it quite yet, just so I can have it for later. But yeah, that's it for my video. Thank you guys so much for watching and all the continuous support you give me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.